On his 400th anniversary celebration, the ship is back on the open water.
Crews in Maine spent the last year and a half rebuilding the famous ship, and our Tim Trudell was one of the first people to get that chance to sail on it. He's here with his special assignment.
Well, most everyone's heard of the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria, but it wasn't Christopher Columbus who pulled into Jamestown 399 years ago. Rather, it was Christopher Newport. He brought the Susan Constant, the Discovery, and the Godspeed. No one really knows what those ships look like, but some experts sure did try and figure it out. Today's materials might be a little different, but the building process and the experience on board is much the same.
Todd, are you going to be able to get the forward spring off okay?
As the new Godspeed, with an overall length of 88 feet,
He's a halyard.
He's in a halyard.
Leaves Rockport Harbor.
For me, it was almost like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. It was just a beautiful sight to see.
The man in command also helped design her.
We've created a very accurate representation of the Godspeed in as many aspects as we could.
As far as her size and the amount she can carry, it's likely very close, but
there is very little information available on the look and the actual layout, the color and paint scheme of the Godspeed.
Originally,
in 1607, they said 13 crew and 39 passengers.
Race the main square, main tack kayak.
all of those 52 on that 4.5-month journey were men.
There was only one man that died on the voyage. He died while he was hunting on the island of Mona.
That's in Puerto Rico. Among those leaving Maine's coast, this time, a woman.
Standing by on the mizzen.
Ready on the footbrails and martinets.
As the British flag from 1607 is hoisted, every turn is a test of strength and precision.
A little slower on the sheet.
This is one of the last sea trials.
We're learning a lot about the nuances of operating the ship.
Before the crew of 14 steers south.
It's about 650 miles from Rockport, Maine to Jamestown. What the captain is going to try and do is do 100 miles a day. So we'll try to pull this off in about a week.
Right now,
we are moving about 4 knots.
We're about 4.6 miles per hour. Godspeed can sail faster depending on the wind, while 17th century navigation was
surprisingly accurate
to about 30 miles.
Today we have on board a full suite of modern navigation instruments, including GPS and chart plotters and depth sounders.
Accurate to about 10 meters.
That island will turn our direction around and go back the other direction back.
These are operating when the $2.6 million ship is at sea. But like all of the modern touches, when Godspeed's in port,
we can close all this up so it can't be seen at all by the public.
The ship's masts have tops.
I fell off an aircraft carrier once upon a long ago, and I don't want to do that again.
Some 65 feet above the deck, it doesn't take long for a line to get stuck, meaning someone has to go up here and free it. Most of the crew that balances precariously volunteers.
Keeping the sail in a nice tight bundle right now.
For this.
I figured out one way to get on the ship.
Including the cook.
I might do an Italian night with ravioli, something like that.
Who's got a sink, a small stove, and refrigeration.
I try to make simple meals, but tasty ones.
While conserving the precious 400 gallons of water on board.
For my cooking, for showers, for cleanup.
In a storm going below deck.
It would be dark, dank, tight space.
This crew has foam bucks, the old one.
They drug in straw-filled mattresses, they may have slung in hammocks, and for lack of a better word, they camped out on top of the cargo.
In the past, you may have to use a bucket, but on this Godspeed, the technology's fixed the plumbing a bit. There's a head in here, and over here on this side is a shower.
There's also a diesel engine. That makes it much easier for the ship to navigate inside harbors and to keep an ambitious sailing schedule.
Finish your topsail and furl.
Aye.
After spending May in Jamestown, she'll sail to 6 ports in 80 days. But today,
to ensure it's ready for an ocean voyage,
they test and train floating on durable South American timber.
And they assist us not only in sailing the ship from port to port, but the very important task of maintaining a wooden ship.
As they prepare for tomorrow, so do we.
About 50 miles southwest of Rockport, along Maine's coast, is the town of Boothbay Harbor. It's here that yet another shipyard is giving birth to the smallest of Jamestown's boats.
The Discovery.
It's a unique project for sure.
Is being carefully crafted, and you can get an inside look as to how it's done.
This boat could carry a lot.
The Godspeed arrived in Jamestown on Sunday, but it won't be staying. Its next stop will be Alexandria on its way back up the coast to Rhode Island. In each stop on the summer tour, there'll be a landing party with live music and some interactive exhibits. Tonight we saw how they sail. Tomorrow we'll show you how they're built. We'll discover the Discovery Friday at 11. Tim Trudell, CBS 6 News.
Doppler back 6 in